Okay, hello everyone. I guess it's time for us to get started with this stream. So I would like to tell you guys, if you guys could hear me, please do let me know in the live chat so we can begin. All right, so if you guys are here, please do say something in the live chat so we can begin. Okay, so we have Tristan Bird. Refresh the page here. Okay, hello Video Bird 300. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and guess we can get started. All right, let's see. All right, give me a minute here as I share the screen real quick. Okay, there we go. All right, so welcome everyone to the SpongeBob Roblox Series Season 2018 live review. If you guys weren't here in my previous stream, this is basically a live stream where I'll be reviewing all the episodes from season 2017 all the way up to season 2019 of the SpongeBob Roblox series, which was a series that I did over on my main channel, Evie the Original Master, that lasted from 2015 to 2018, and in 2019 I've brought back the series for only a few episodes, just because that I was originally going to have other episodes come out at that year, but because of personal things, I had to end I had to stop the series at Plankton Funhouse. Now, season 2019 really wasn't going to be a thing. The reason why that season existed is because that I kind of wanted to somewhat bring back the series, but that didn't turn out very well. So this season right here, season 2018, is actually the final original season of the Roblox series. This is the final season, and yeah. So if you guys would like to ask questions about anything, it can be about the series, it can be any questions, please do read the guidelines. There are going to be guidelines. If you guys are familiar with these streams, there are rules that you guys have to follow. And yeah, so if you plan on asking any questions about anything, it can be about the Roblox series, it can be about anything else, please read the guidelines before you ask questions. All right, so with that said and done, I'm going to go back and check the live chat to see if you guys are ready, and we can begin. All right, let's see here. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started then, since the live chat is going to be fairly small today. All right, so let us begin. All right, so I'm going to go to present. Oh, here it is. Let's see here, waiting for this to load real quick. All right, there we go. All right, so episode 50A, Bikini Bottom Tour. The French narrator tours the crazy antics of SpongeBob's friends in Bikini Bottom. So this is the first episode of season 2018. Fun fact: this episode, Bikini Bottom Tour, was originally titled Fishy Fishy. And then the reason why I changed that plot is because that I think when I was working on the episode, I really wasn't all that happy with the idea and the plot, so I've decided to rename that episode to Bikini Bottom Tour. And yeah, so basically what the plot states is that the French narrator tours the crazy antics of Bikini Bottom of SpongeBob's friends. And yeah, so one of the crazy antics is that the French narrator says that Squidward is gay. I don't know why I came up with that joke. I had a joke where the French narrator assumed that Squidward was gay, and then SpongeBob freaked out about it, so he runs off to tell Mr. Krabs, I assume. But yeah, that was actually a small joke in the episode. I don't know why I came up with that joke, but yeah, that's a joke in the episode. Another highlight from this episode is that Sandy came over to Patrick's house, and Sandy freaked out because Patrick had his hamper at her house. So Sandy then freaks out about it, and so Patrick tells Sandy that it isn't his hamper. So yeah, that's another thing in the episode. And of course, the ending of the episode, SpongeBob basically has this remote control here, and then he basically shows a presentation to his friends about the French narrator touring Bikini Bottom. So technically, the twist ending, if you could say it, if you can call it a twist ending, is that it's basically SpongeBob showing a presentation of the French narrator touring Bikini Bottom. But overall, this was actually one of my least favorite episodes of the season. It isn't one of my favorites, so yeah, so that's Bikini Bottom Tour in a nutshell. Alright, so moving on. So next is episode 50B, Hunter Crabs. Mr. Krabs takes SpongeBob and Patrick hunting in the woods. This episode actually came out on May 2nd, 2018, while the last one came out on January 2nd. Now, when I released Bikini Bottom Tour back in January, I actually made a following video afterwards announcing that I kind of canceled the series in a ways because I was actually busy with other personal things. I was actually busy to the point where I wasn't able to make episodes every day. So I wasn't able to make any episodes because I was doing personal things. It was because of school and everything. So that actually hindered myself from actually working on episodes. So I've decided to cancel the series at that point. But then around, I would say, May of 2018, around April or May of 2018, I've decided that I'm going to uncancel the series and actually finish up the series right. Is because that in 2017, I've announced that the SpongeBob Roblox series would be ending in 2018. And so that's why I've decided to finish up season 2018 and end the series the correct way instead of leaving you guys off at the cliffhanger. And so that's why this episode came out around May 2018. All right, so with that said, some of the highlights in this episode, Hunter Crabs, is, of course, Mr. Krabs taking SpongeBob and Patrick out hunting in the forest. You got the screenshot right here of Mr. Krabs holding a gun. So SpongeBob is doing all the hunting pretty well while Patrick keeps screwing everything up. You have the grizzly bear who appears at the ending of the episode. It was the climax of the episode where Patrick hunts down a grizzly bear. He actually goes into the deeper part of the forest. And then, yeah, and then you got SpongeBob trying to shoot down this feral-looking squirrel. Kind of resembles Sandy in a way, but it isn't Sandy. It's just a feral sea squirrel, I assume. So those are some of the moments in Hunter Crabs. Mr. Krabs taking SpongeBob and Patrick hunting, Patrick encountering a grizzly bear, and SpongeBob encountering a feral squirrel in which he shoots down with his gun. And yeah, that is Hunter Crabs in a nutshell. That's the episode. Alright, so I am now going to check the live chat again to see if you guys have asked any questions. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and check the live chat here. Hello, Square Tentacles. Hello. Alright, let's see. When did you start the SpongeBob series? Well, the SpongeBob Roblox series started in June 2015. I started the series in 2015, and yeah, that's when I started the series. It was around summer 2015 when I started the series. All right, let's see here. Hunter Crabs reminds me of Duck Dynasty. The screen is glitching. Oh, all right. I mean, can you still see the screen though? Squidward Tentacles, so this question goes out to Squidward Tentacles. If you're still here, please let me know if the screen is glitching or not. If it's not glitching, then I'll continue with the rest of the stream. And if you don't answer my question, then I'm just going to continue on with the stream. Tristan, some of my favorite food are pizza, burgers, fries. Those are just some of my favorite foods. All right, okay, good. All right, you guys. I've actually heard the mail truck outside earlier, so I'm going to mute myself for a few minutes, and once I get the mail, I'll unmute myself. So I'm gonna be muted for a minute. So in the meantime, hold off on your questions. You guys can start a conversation or whatever. I don't care. I'm just going to have to mute myself for a few minutes here, and then once I come back, then we'll continue the stream. So I'll be right back. Hey guys, I'm back. I don't think that was the mail truck that I heard outside. I think I was just hearing things. So I'm going to continue with the stream. So if you guys can hear me, let me know, and then we'll continue. Okay, Squidward, you just, I'm not. I'm asking if you guys can hear me. You don't have to. All right. Okay. Good. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and continue. Once again, all your questions does not have to be about the Roblox series. It can be about anything. So just because it says ask questions, that doesn't mean it always have to be related to the SpongeBob Roblox series. It can be anything, just to let you guys know on that. All right, so we're going to continue. Hold on a minute. All right, there we go. All right, so next is Sandy's Revenge, episode 51A. Sandy seeks revenge on SpongeBob for vandalizing her tree dome. Oh, hide that. All right, so yeah, this is actually one of my favorite episodes of season 2018 because of the crazy antics with Sandy and SpongeBob. So yeah, SpongeBob vandalizes Sandy's tree dome while Sandy is returning from vacation. Patrick comes along and suggests SpongeBob that they should throw her a party or something for her return. And so SpongeBob had the idea to vandalize her tree dome as a prank. So Sandy sees her tree dome vandalized. She yells at SpongeBob, seeks revenge on him by basically telling him what to do, because that's usually what revenge is. Like, because when somebody does something wrong, usually the revenge is to like ask them to do stuff for them. Like, it could be that as a revenge. So, uh, hold on a second, you guys. Now I can hear the mail truck. So once again, I'm gonna have to stop for right now. I'll be right back. And yeah, so I'll be right back. So please hold off on your questions. Alright, guys, I'm back. Sorry for the long wait. Had to take care of some things, but I'm back now. If you guys did not pay any attention, I told you guys can start a conversation while I'm gone. So I need to check the live chat to make sure if things are going well. Let's see. Hold on, let me screen share this real quick. Alright. Okay, guys, I'm back now. Alright, so we're going to continue with this stream. So let me continue where I left off. Oh, yeah, so Sandy's revenge. So, yeah, Sandy basically tells SpongeBob to do all these crazy things as revenge. Like, she tells SpongeBob what to do. Like she asks him to make a Krabby Patty. It turns out to be cold. He ends up having to clean up Sandy's tree dome. He has to clean it up. And then the climax of the episode is Sandy using this giant robot in the shape of a gorilla to attack SpongeBob. And yeah, so that's how the episode goes. And yeah, that's Sandy's revenge in a nutshell. SpongeBob vandalizes Sandy's tree dome. Sandy yells at SpongeBob because of this. And then she basically makes SpongeBob do all these things. So that's the episode in a nutshell. And yeah, so May 10th, 2018, and that's Sandy's Revenge. All right, so next is Gary Tales, episode 51B. SpongeBob writes a story about his pet snail, Gary. This is actually kind of like Doodle Dimension in a way, where SpongeBob, Patrick, and Sandy. Well, Sandy wasn't in Doodle. Well, Sandy was in Doodle Dimension, but she didn't actually went into the Doodle Dimension. But you get the idea. It's basically SpongeBob and Patrick and Sandy going into SpongeBob's story to basically rewrite the story because SpongeBob wanted to write a story about Gary. Squidward really wasn't happy with the results. So they basically want to rewrite the story. And by doing that, they actually go inside the novel itself. And they basically rewrite the story that way. So yeah, so we got these screenshots here. You got SpongeBob meeting up with Doodle Bob, but in the episode I called him Doodle SpongeBob and not Doodle Bob. But that's only the reason. The reason why I did that is because I thought that would be different, I guess. So yeah, that's supposed to be Doodle Bob, and yeah, so that's Gary Tales. It was pretty okay, I guess. I mean, it was a fun episode to work on. Having SpongeBob, Patrick, and Sandy going into SpongeBob's story just to revise it. It's pretty cool idea. So yeah, that's Gary Tales. All right, so next is episode 52A, Patrick's work of art. Patrick is tasked to paint a mural for Bikini Park, and so this is supposed to be like a prequel episode of Bikini Park, of how Bikini Park became a thing. It's supposed to be like a grand opening thing. Bikini Park actually appeared in another episode in the SpongeBob Roblox series, and that is Patrick's prickly friend from season 2016. And if you guys aren't aware of that episode, Patrick finds a porcupine out in the park. He keeps it as a pet. It then attacks SpongeBob's friends, and so basically, they get attacked by the porcupine. And yeah, so that's the episode in the nutshell, but yeah. So basically Patrick has to paint a mural for Bikini Park. He ends up painting a rainbow. Everyone admires the rainbow, and then a storm comes in, it rains on the painting, and then it washes the color away. And so Patrick has to figure out a way to repaint the mural, and he gets help by this character right here, this blue Squidward-looking guy. His name is Pierre Le Squid. That's the name of the character. It's an original character I came up with, who is this French painter, Squidward-looking dude. He has a fez, a mustache, and yeah, he's a dark blue color. And yeah, so he basically helps Patrick, revises his painting, and so everyone admires the painting once again, and then they all go out for shaved ice as a celebration. And that is Patrick's work of art. it was pretty good. I actually really enjoyed this one. It was a pretty solid episode. I had fun with it. I wouldn't say it's my favorite of season 2018, but it's still good regardless. And yeah, so that is Patrick's work of art. All right, so I'm now going to check the live chat and check to see if you guys have any questions about anything. Right. Oh, hey Luke, what's up? Gonna keep this on in the episode while I draw. Okay, hello. All right, so if you guys have any questions, I'm gonna check. Looks like you guys don't have any questions yet, so I think we can move on then. All right, so next up is Sponge Resort. When SpongeBob books a hotel for the weekend, Mr. Krabs expects him to work. So freaking SpongeBob decides to book a hotel for the weekend just to have a day of himself. So he basically books a hotel so he can be by himself. Mr. Krabs calls in. He says, "Hey, boyo, I need for you to work this weekend." SpongeBob gets very upset. He does not want to work. He will rather work on the weekdays. There's actually this really funny plot that I came up with where Mr. Krabs has like an online ordering system where customers are ordering their food online. And so because of this, SpongeBob has to pick up their orders and deliver it to their houses since it's the weekend and customers usually don't come into the Krusty Krabs for the weekend. So SpongeBob gets very angry at Mr. Krabs. He then scolds him, and that's when Mr. Krabs hires these two security guys. I think their names is Robert and Dave. I think Dave is the one who keeps asking for a donut. oh shoot, sorry. Yeah, he keeps asking for a donut. And then there's this really funny climax where freaking Larry the Lobster becomes a giant behemoth. He crashes into the freaking hotel. He grabs David and Robert and freaking throws them out into the sea. And yeah, so that's the episode. That was Sponge Resort. Those were some of the highlights of the episode. SpongeBob enjoying himself at the hotel. Mr. Krabs expecting him to work, and then the climax with Larry the Lobster as a giant crashes into the hotel, grabs these two security guards and throws them. And yeah, that is Sponge Resort in a nutshell. Here's the title card. And yeah, so this episode was uploaded on June 5th, 2018. Patrick's work of art came out on May 29th. And Gary Tales on May 14th. All right, so next is Emotion Commotion. When SpongeBob books a hotel... Oh, wait, what? Oh, I forgot to change the plot here, so excuse me. This is the second time where I've made a mistake in this presentation, so let me go and find the plot real quick. Let me see. I'm gonna go to SpongeBob Fanning real quick. I mean, yeah, I can type in the plot, but I would rather get it from the SpongeBob Fanning wiki because I think that's better that way. No, screw it. I'll just type it in. SpongeBob wishes that he has no emotions with the help from Sandy. So that's just the episode in a nutshell. So basically, SpongeBob and Patrick discovers this abandoned fair. It's like an abandoned amusement park. So this freaking robot dog just comes out of nowhere, scares the crap out of SpongeBob, and then he tells Sandy and Patrick that his emotions has been acting really weird. So he just wishes that he just didn't have emotions at all. So Sandy builds a machine, and then these colored SpongeBobs here are his emotions. So you got the blue SpongeBob over here. This is his sad emotion. The red SpongeBob is his angry emotion. The green one is his sick emotion, and the gray one is scared or fear. Because I've used gray for the fear emotion. And so the emotions runs amok, and they basically cause all these problems in Bikini Bottom. So the blue SpongeBob, the sad Bob, anger Bob, sick Bob, and scared Bob, they all run around Bikini Bottom, and then so it's up to SpongeBob and his friends to get his emotions and put them all back into SpongeBob's brain. So yeah, that is emotion commotion in a nutshell. Some of the highlights of this episode is the emotions and interacting with SpongeBob's friends like Squidward, Mr. Krabs. Yeah, the Plankton's in the episode. So yeah. So those are some of the highlights of the episode. And you got the ending where all the emotions are trapped in this cage for all eternity. So yeah, this is a pretty fun episode. This is actually one of my favorites of the SpongeBob Roblox series because I thought it was a pretty cool idea, and I really do love the title card too. So yeah, the title card is pretty cool. You got all these different SpongeBob emotions and whatnot, and yeah. So when I first revealed this plot, somebody asked me that this is kind of like Inside Out in a way, but it kind of is like Inside Out, but it really isn't because I wasn't trying to copy off of Inside Out, and besides, I have not seen Inside Out, so I really wouldn't be able to make that comparison anyways if I haven't even seen the movie. So yeah, so this isn't like Inside Out, but the concept of emotions kind of is like Inside Out, but you get what I mean here. So yeah, that is emotion commotion. All right, now I am going to go back and check the live chat once again. All right, let's see here. I remembered emotion commotion being blessed. Oh, yes. I've actually remembered us watching that episode a long time ago. Let's see. If you had a superpower, what would it be? I mean, why you keep asking this? This is literally like a question that you've asked in like in the previous stream. I mean, no offense, Tristan, you asked some very, very basic questions. Like you don't ask really good questions, and I mean, it's okay for you to ask basic questions, but it seems like your questions are mostly like, oh, what is your favorite color? What is your favorite food, and all that stuff. Like, yeah, that's good and all, but I want legitimately good questions. All right, let's see here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and move on now. And again, if you guys don't have any questions, then that's fine. But I don't always have to expect questions. But if you have any questions, like any good, legitimately questions, feel free to ask them. All right. So next is Midnight Madness. SpongeBob investigates through the cities of Bikini Bottom when a loud noise erupts the night. So you got SpongeBob as a cop going through Bikini Bottom trying to discover this mysterious noise that's waking everybody up. And it turns out to be that is the hash slinging slasher from Graveyard Shift. Yeah, he's in the episode. Yeah, I've decided that he's going to be the guy who causes it. But yeah. So yeah, Mrs. Puff is in the episode. She holds like this gun or like a paint gun or something when she hears the noise during the night. Excuse me. And so when SpongeBob arrives at her house, she freaking fires the freaking paint gun at SpongeBob's police car, and SpongeBob ends up freaking out about it. So yeah, that's a highlight of the episode. Another highlight is Squidward reading a magazine or a newspaper. He's basically out. He's basically out at downtown Bikini Bottom during the middle of the night, just reading a newspaper, and SpongeBob just shows up and finds him there. So that's another highlight of the episode. So yeah, those are just some of the highlights of Midnight Madness. So yeah, that's the episode in a nutshell. All right, so next is episode 54A, Brain Dead. When Sandy's mind reader makes her completely dumb, SpongeBob and Patrick must educate her knowledge back. So yeah, this is the episode with the most dumbest joke that a few of the SpongeBob Fan and Wiki community created, and that is Calamity 8 If you guys remember that joke, I was very, very annoyed from that joke, is because that it had nothing to do with the episode whatsoever. It was just there as a small little joke, and that was it, nothing else. And then the SpongeBob Fan of the Week decided to make it as a meme. I wasn't all too thrilled with the meme, but all that's done in the past, and I'm very glad that I did love SpongeBob Fan Wiki, because that wiki was very toxic. I wouldn't say it was toxic. It was that it was just that I was just done with the SpongeBob Fan Wiki. I was pretty much done with it. I wasn't I wasn't posting anything there anymore, so I just left the wiki, and now I'm on my own terms. I'm now using other things. So yeah, some of the highlights of Brain Dead was I actually made a cameo in the episode. If you guys would have seen Brain Dead, you'll notice that I was in the episode. I actually had my web camera out, and I decided to be in the episode, and I was singing the Letters of the Alphabet song. Yeah, you know that song, Letters of the Alphabet from Plankton. Letters of the alphabet, A, B, C, like 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. That freaking song. Yeah, that's actually a song. And, well, it's actually it's not an actual song in SpongeBob, but it was actually a track that plays in the background, but it was actually a alphabet song, though. But, yeah, it wasn't an actual song sung by the SpongeBob characters, but it was actually a song from this. I don't know if it was an original song for the show, but I don't know. But yeah. So yeah, Sandy becomes dumb because of her mind reader, and the freaking SpongeBob and Patrick has to educate her knowledge back by teaching her alphabet, her numbers, her colors, geography, all that stuff that you should have learned in school. And yeah, that is Brain Dead in a nutshell. Sandy becomes dumb, SpongeBob and Patrick educates her knowledge, and that's it. That's the episode. Yeah, if this live stream is going by really quickly, that's because that I do not want to spend much time here. So if it seems that I'm going really fast, that's only because that I am actually speeding through this. So you guys just don't have to sit through here and watch me just blabble or babble all freaking day if you guys don't want me to do that. Alright, so next is Crystal Terror. When Patrick discovers a magic crystal ball in his shack, a wizard warns him about its evil powers. So Patrick discovers this crystal ball in his shack, and this wizard comes out of nowhere and tells him that if he takes it away, he'll stumble across this evil magic. So he basically steals the crystal ball, he makes all these wishes, and then this creature shows up, kidnaps SpongeBob, and Mr. Krabs, Squidward, and Patrick and the wizard go on this adventure to, well, they don't go on an adventure, they just basically try to stop the monster from attacking SpongeBob, basically, and that's the episode in a nutshell. That's pretty much it. So yeah, some of the highlights, like I've mentioned, SpongeBob getting captured by the creature that came out of the crystal ball. Another highlight was Patrick basically freeing Mr. Krabs out from the vent. So Mr. Krabs gets stuck in the vent of the Krusty Krab. SpongeBob tries to free him, and he couldn't because Mr. Krabs probably gained weight. He was too big, and he basically couldn't pull himself out of the vent. So Patrick shows up, wishes Mr. Krabs out of the vent. So Mr. Krabs gets out of the vent. There's another scene in the episode where Squidward is eating a picnic. He forgets to bring steak sauce, and so Patrick basically wishes him steak sauce, and yeah, so that's the episode in a nutshell. All right, so I'm now going to check the live chat again real quick. It's because that we're almost done here. We only have a few more episodes left, and yeah, this is going to be a fairly short stream tonight, or this evening, or this afternoon. Sorry, I said tonight, but it's freaking 3:41 in the afternoon where I'm at, so it may be another time in your area, but for me, it is 3:41 p.m. Eastern Time. Alright, let me check the live chat here. If anything from Brain Dead deserves to be a meme, it's the wrong continent's names. The Super Mario openings are stupid. Wait, what? What are you talking about? The Super Mario openings are stupid. Remember that series? Oh, all right. Look, Tristan. I don't know. You're asking these weird questions. Like, I'm still working on that series over on my main channel. I'm still working on it. So why are you asking me if I remembered it? Even if I mean, yes, I remembered it because I'm the creator of it. Sorry, Tristan, but your questions are being or your questions are just not digging with me. They're just not. Yes, I remember the series. Sheesh. All right, episode 55A, Lights Out. When the Krusty Krab power goes out, Mr. Krabs sends SpongeBob and Squidward to an underground power plant to solve the issue. So yeah, this is an episode where the power of the Krusty Krab goes out because of Plankton. Yes, Plankton is the cause of it, and so Mr. Krabs has to send SpongeBob and Patrick. I'm sorry, Squidward, SpongeBob and Squidward to this power plant to basically bring back the power. So there's actually this really funny joke in the episode where the potato stick fish makes a surprise return in the series. This was actually his final appearance of the original run of the SpongeBob Roblox series. So yeah, he appears in the episode, and there's another highlight where this bald-headed looking dude is in the episode. He basically gets hired by Plankton to stop SpongeBob and Squidward from bringing back the power to the Krusty Krab. SpongeBob attacks him, and then they bring back the power. They end Plankton's scheme, and that's how the episode ends. So that is Lights Out. This was a pretty fun episode. I really enjoyed it. I actually really liked this one. I liked some of the jokes in the episode. I liked the premise about the Krusty Krab power going out. I think that was pretty unique. And yeah, so this was actually a fairly fun episode. All right, so next is the second to last episode of the SpongeBob Roblox series, the original run, and that is Airborne. Sandy put SpongeBob in a virtual skydiving simulator so the two could go skydiving. So yeah, so Sandy sets up the skydiving simulation because she's gonna actually take SpongeBob to go skydiving, and SpongeBob actually tells Sandy about this dream that he had last night where he was actually falling off of a plane. And yeah, so that was actually one of a dream. That was actually a dream sequence of the episode in the beginning, where SpongeBob is in bed asleep. He dreams about him falling off of a plane, and yeah, so that was that. Some of the highlights of this episode was the peanut butter jelly time banana, the banana from the peanut butter jelly time song. He's freaking skydiving with SpongeBob in the simulator. Another highlight, of course, was the skydiving moment itself, like the skydiving scene where SpongeBob and Sandy actually go skydiving. It's a pretty unique episode. I really like this one. It was fairly interesting, and I had fun working on it. And yeah, that is Airborne. That is Airborne. All right. All right, so we're gonna move on to the final episode of the SpongeBob Roblox series, and that is Aloha Sponge. SpongeBob and friends goes on vacation to Hawaii, but Plankton has plans to ruin their trip. So it's the last week of summer at Bikini Bottom, and SpongeBob and Patrick had pretty much did every summer related activity to the point where they don't have anything else to do. And so Patrick had the idea that they should go to Hawaii in the United States. So they all go to Hawaii. SpongeBob, Patrick, Mr. Krabs, Squidward, and Sandy, they all go to Hawaii. And Plankton actually hears about this, and he basically gets Karen to tag along with them so they could stop and so they can basically ruin SpongeBob and Patrick's vacation, basically. So one of the highlights of this episode was, of course, SpongeBob and friends enjoying their time in Hawaii, such as Mr. Krabs and Sandy going on a race. They basically race to the finish line. Sandy wins the race, of course. Squidward is actually in this hot tub or pool, relaxing with one of the Hawaiian natives, and you got SpongeBob and Patrick doing a tiki dance. And yeah, that's one of the highlights. Another highlight of this episode that I really enjoyed was the climax of SpongeBob and friends battling Tiki Totem, which was this giant totem pole tiki mask guy that Plankton was controlling in the episode. That was actually the final act of Aloha Sponge. And of course, the ending of the episode where SpongeBob and friends celebrate by having a Hawaiian dance party. And I think this was actually a perfect way to end off the SpongeBob Roblox series, was to have the characters go to Hawaii. And I really enjoyed this season finale. This was actually a really good season finale, or series finale, that is. I had lots of fun working on it. It was a pretty good episode, in my opinion, and that was a great way to wrap up the series. All right, everyone. That is season 2018 of SpongeBob SquarePants, the Roblox series. So if you guys have any last-minute questions, I'll be answering that, and I'll be ending off the stream. Yes, I know the stream was fairly short. This wasn't as long as my last stream, but it's still a stream regardless. I don't have to stream for an hour. I don't have to. This is a fairly short stream, so if you guys have any last-minute questions, please feel free to ask them. And then I'm going to go ahead and end off the stream here, because I'm not here to plan on staying here for much longer. So if you have any last-minute questions you would like to ask me, please feel free to do so. I mean, they are supposed to be the Piantas. I mean, they're not supposed to be. I mean, that was the only type of models that I want to represent. And I didn't call them Piantas because I didn't want the SpongeBob Roblox series to correlate with the Super Mario series at that time. So that's why the Hawaiian natives kind of like the Piantas. What is your least favorite episode of the entire SpongeBob Roblox series? That is an easy one, and that is Social Sponge. Social Sponge is hands down the worst episode of the Roblox series. I'm just going to say that right now. That is the worst episode of the Roblox series, and that's it. Alright, so at 4 o'clock, I will actually end off the streams. So in the meantime, you guys can ask any questions while we wait till 4 o'clock, because I'll be ending off the stream at 4. You know, I'm going to end off the stream because Tristan is just being weird again. Alright, so thank you guys for coming to the SpongeBob SquarePants Roblox Series Season 2018 live review. And yeah, so you know what, Tristan? If I want to be totally honest, I just don't want you to be back here on the channel. I'm sorry. Yeah, you guys, I'm probably gonna block Tristan because that his questions are just not. I mean, it's for my own good. I just don't trust him anymore, and I just think he's just not welcome here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and end off the stream. So, excuse me. So. Yeah, bye, Tristan. Oh yeah, also, Zarin Perry's awesome channel. Do not swear in the live chat, because I do not allow that. So anyways, but yeah. So anyways, thank you guys for coming. Thank you, Luke, for coming. I know you weren't asking any questions, but it was still nice for you to come to the stream. Thank you guys for coming. And yeah, so the next stream will be whenever I announce it. So in the meantime, thank you guys for coming. Have a great weekend. Have a safe Mother's Day tomorrow, because tomorrow's Mother's Day. Do something with your moms. Do something cool with them. And yeah, so thank you guys for coming, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. All right, bye.